Wow. I didn't just wake up. So I'm about to leave for school. Thanksgiving break is over, unfortunately. I just want to let you guys know that I'm starting Percy Jackson and the Olympian, The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan in preparation for the show that's coming out on Disney Plus. I think in a little less than a month. I think it comes out like December 20th. We'll see how this goes because I've never really read a middle grade fantasy book on my own time since probably like elementary school. And also I don't really mess with Greek mythology. I don't know, it's just not for me. I get confused. It's not something that I have interest in, so we'll see how this goes. I'm literally on page 4 and I can see how a little kid would enjoy this, so hopefully I fly through it, and yeah, I'll come back to you with updates.
Hey guys, so it's been well over a month and I'm just starting to read this again, but they're on a trip. I'm literally on like page 9, but they're on a trip, I think, to a museum, aquarium. I don't really know what they're at right now. There's this girl, Nancy Bobo Fit, and she keeps just like messing with Percy. He's telling her to shut up, and I don't know, this line just like really made me laugh and it's just taking me out. I was about to unwrap my sandwich when Nancy Bobo Fit appeared in front of me with her ugly friends. Oh my god, please. But I keep seeing these TikToks about Percy, and the comments they'll be like, oh, that's so Percy. And I'm like, what does that mean? But I think I'm getting a sense of what that means. Maybe he's very sarcastic, blunt, but we'll see. I'm literally on page 10. I'll try and get to page 50. It is 2:30 in the morning though. I just got finished studying for my bio lab exam. It's the final exam, Lord have mercy. And you know what the thing is, I got finished like organizing the information. I haven't even started memorizing anything. Somehow it turned into 3:30. I don't know how that happened. But y'all, so I'm on page 57, chapter 5, and I have a few things to say. I've just been through a insane range of emotions in these 57 pages.
Are we serious?
First of all, the first thing I want to say is I have an idea about what these books are about. I've seen snippets of the movie before, like on TV, so it never really quenched my thirst. I never really wanted to watch the movies, but since this is coming on Disney Plus, I was like, let's read it, right? So I have like some knowledge about the Percy Jackson movies and stuff like that, but majority of this is going to be a surprise to me. Anyway, what I would like to say is borderline, why am I scared? Like, I thought this was for children. It says Disney on it. Why am I scared? Like, the old ladies cutting that yarn?
Girl, what?
And that teacher, I forget what she said, but it was really nasty. She said something like, confess and you will suffer less. I'm 12 years old. What are you saying to me? Like, that's why she disintegrated.
Yeah.
What else? It's funny. I do see why people love Percy. Great person. Grover, I love the friendship between Percy and Grover. I almost cried just now because his mother disintegrated as well.
What is happening?
What?
Huh?
I almost started crying. The Minotaur, speaking of, when he was describing what kind of monster it was, and he was like, it's a Minotaur, and someone said, don't say his name out loud. I had already said Minotaur out loud, and I audibly gasped, and I was looking around my room like, did I just say Voldemort? Like, is this going to bring a curse on me? Because it's raining in the book, like at the part where I was reading. Babe, there's a storm outside my house right now. Like, it's seeming like I'm Percy Jackson. I will summon these demons, these demigods, I don't really know the terms, and they're gonna come and kill me. I'm gonna have to go up to this like house and go into another world. Like, no! Anyway, yeah, that was scary. Like, why is the mother dead? Like, I actually loved her. And one last thing, they made it to the house of Grover and Percy, and he says he saw a familiar looking bearded man and a pretty girl, her blonde hair curled like a princess's. The only Annabeth I know is my Black Queen. Thank you. This is my Annabeth. But I am imagining everyone as the people that are playing the characters in the Disney Plus show. But so far, I'm enjoying this. It was literally like crack. I could not stop reading it. They always want to cut me when I'm down. They always want to cut me off. They never want me to finish my sentence. And I don't even know what I was going to say. But I read a little more after that clip because I couldn't get enough. I am obsessed. I am addicted. I'm only on page 64. I'm acting like I'm on page 6,000. But what was I saying? Don't even know. I was saying it was crack, and I literally, like, I could not stop reading it last night, and then it turned into 4:30, and I was like, okay, it's becoming an issue. So I had to put this down. But I'm planning on reading probably till like 100 today. I do have to study still, but best believe once I finish this exam, whole world would be revolved around this book and finishing it. Thank you. I'll come back with updates.
This is so annoying how Percy will ask questions and then they'll be like, let's go, Percy. Or another time. And they just put it off. Girl, we want to know.
Hey guys, so quick update. It's kind of just been like info dumps for the past few pages. I am on page like 100 right now. I will admit I'm getting a little bored. I want something to happen. They're going to be playing Capture the Flag, so I hope something crazy happens. And they're talking about a quest, and Annabeth needs like someone to go on a quest with. That's what I think Chiron said. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right.
Chiron.
But I'm assuming Percy is going to be the one for that quest, and then Grover's gonna come because why not? And yeah, I just hope stuff starts happening and like picking up like it did in the beginning, because the beginning I was glued to the page. I could not stop reading if I wanted to. So yeah, I am gonna try to get halfway, so I'll come back to you guys once I am 50% through the book. Y'all, so I've been on TikTok and I keep seeing edits and stuff from the Percy Jackson show, but I'm not allowing myself to read it or watch it or anything until I finish this book. Sorry, that's just the way it is. And I saw Clarice, that's how you say her name. Percy describes her as like big and ugly. That's sick, first of all. But then I see the person in the show and I'm like, she's not ugly. What are we thinking? And people in the comments are like, this is exactly how I imagined her.
What do you mean by that?
What are you guys talking about? I didn't start the series. I don't know what this is actually. So I'm currently listening to Percy Jackson because I just had a lot of stuff to do. And it's just better if I just start listening to it so I can get through it. Why am I starting not to trust Luke? I'm starting to side-eye him because he said something about the only way that you're able to get into Hades' underworld and like steal the thing. I forget what it was called. The lightning thing? I don't know what. But the only way like you can get in there is if you were invisible. And then he was like, oh no, I'm not talking about Annabeth. What did you mean by that? What did you mean by that then? I don't know. And he started asking about the shoes. I don't trust those shoes. Yeah. And now Camp Half-Blood, they're going to like a war because they're like choosing sides. I don't know what's happening. Alright guys, I have a little update for you. I had to write everything down. So first of all, I was spoiled.
Are we serious?
I'm actually sick to my stomach, but I will partly take the fall in this, but I'm on Instagram and it's not like I'm on a fan account. I'm on the Percy Jackson like verified Instagram, and they post a picture of Percy and Luke, and then they say something like, if look good, why bad?
Bad?
And someone was like, it sucks that he betrays Percy or something. I'm like, so not only was my prediction true, but now I'm spoiled for the rest of the series. Thank you so much. Thank you. And someone also said that, because there's a picture of Percy and Annabeth, and they said, can't wait to see when Percy gives up his immortality for her. So we're just dropping what happens at the end of these. I'm mad. I'm actually mad. Like, why do you think that's an okay thing to do? Why would you just drop spoilers for an entire book series, for an entire TV show? I hate you. I literally hate whoever did that. Okay, so then I wrote down some things about what happened in the book, because guys, I had to turn from reading the book to listening because there's just too many things I had to do. But I actually got really far into it. So I had started on page like 152 yesterday, and then I got to page 283. And the guy that I'm listening to reading it, it's really good. Highly recommend. But yeah, honestly, I might just finish it by listening to it because, first of all, it feels like an action movie. I know there's movies out on it already, but it feels like I just like it. So I might listen to it. I think there's like 2 hours left. I don't know. I might read it. I have like less than 100 pages left. Now into like some of the things that happened. So Percy was given a quest, and Annabeth and Grover joined him. And yeah, they all have their own reasons. Everyone thinks Percy's doing it because he wants like satisfaction from his father, but he's really doing it so he can go to the underworld to get his mom out or retrieve her or bring her back to life. I don't know. She's not really dead, but yeah. So Annabeth also is going so she could do something. She has to go on a quest to fulfill something. Girl, I don't know. And Grover's going just to go. So they fight all these monsters. They fight these monsters on the bus. Ares comes into the picture and he sets them out on a mission and they almost die. And then they're at this lookout. They take a break and they almost die there again. And then while they're at this lookout, Percy jumps off this cliff into a body of water. And then this person comes to him and it's basically saying that like he has to like ignore what the gods are telling him to do. Don't listen to them. And then you also know that the oracle told him that he'll be betrayed by his friends, which now we know is Luke. And then also he's going to fail at something. We still don't know what that is yet. But yeah. But my thing is, if you guys know that Percy is being sought out by these monsters, why are you willingly going into these little things? And they'll be like,
it seemed weird, but I tried to ignore it.
Or,
I had a funny feeling about this, but I continued on.
Girl, if there's any kid reading this book, do not be fooled. Do not be as gullible. Do not be as willing to go into situations when you know stuff isn't good. Percy, you know people are coming to kill you. Monsters are literally clawing for your neck. And you're like,
I had a weird feeling about this, but I'm gonna go anyway.
And when they're on the lookout, he's gonna send Grover and Annabeth like on the cart and he was gonna ride by himself. You know you should be having them on the... Percy, you're making me mad. So then Annabeth and Grover realize that the monsters are going easy on Percy, and they think this is because they think that Percy has like the stolen item. I still don't know what that's called, but the monsters think they have it and they're trying to retrieve it from him, and they don't want him to die because they think he has it. They also think that he has the stolen item to get back at his father. What else? Either his father or Hades. People are telling him his mom is alive. We know this. He has dreams of two men talking about Percy, and we don't know who they are. I don't know who this is. This might be like Hades and Luke. I'm not sure what that is about. Grover saved Annabeth and Luke, but couldn't save Talia. Talia she was the daughter of the big three, and Grover had been made to save her and bring her back to Camp Half-Blood, but he also met Luke and Annabeth on the way because they were friends with Talia, and he saved them, but not Talia, because Talia sacrificed herself, and that's why he failed his first mission, and why he has to get his license. That's why he's on the thing, to get his license. And Percy is saying he feels like the quest is a test or a show. I honestly feel that too because the gods are being easy on him and stuff is just happening that's really weird. But yeah, this book is okay. I think for the rest of the books, if I do decide to read them because I'm spoiled, thank you to the person on Instagram, thank you. I think I'm just gonna listen to them, especially if the man that I'm listening to keeps doing all the books. Girl, it's entertaining. What did he put in that? Crack? But I see this as like maybe a 4-star. It's alright. But yeah, I'm gonna continue reading and the next clip will probably be of me finishing the book. Oh, I also watched the show. Guys, I couldn't help myself. I tried to stop, but then suddenly I was typing Disney Plus on my computer and then I clicked play. I look off. Anyway, I finished Percy Jackson. I read the last like 90 pages and I think I'm in between of giving this like a 3.75 and a 4 just because I found some of the parts just boring or like I just didn't really care about it. And I know a lot of people like this book. Oops. But you know, it's just my opinion. And the action scenes were actioning. I did enjoy those. But I don't know. I just don't feel connected to the story like how I usually feel in fantasy books. Fable, I completely loved that. I cared about the plot, the story, the characters, the romance. I cared about all of that. Granted, this is the first book, so I might have to read the other ones. I might have to continue the series, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that. If I do that, I will most likely listen to it because listening to it was so much of a better experience than reading it, but I feel like when I listen to it, I'm more likely to kind of forget what happens than if I read it. I don't know. That's just me. Also, especially because it's fantasy and just a lot happened, and I like binged listened to it, so that could also be a factor into this. Another thing that's kind of putting me off with continuing reading the series is just the long chapters. Like I know that's kind of like a trivial problem, but like seriously, like that's a big factor for me and how it's paced. Each chapter is like 20 plus pages and that's just not something I like or am gravitated towards, so oops. And then what else? Yeah, so the portrayal, I was right, it was Luke. That's revealed in like the last 10-ish
finished pages that it's him, and he is working with Kronos. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've been pronouncing all of the Greek gods' names wrong. I'm going into the underworld. Yeah, he's working with like the father of the big three, Poseidon, Zeus, and Hades, their father. Because Zeus like apparently chopped him up into little pieces, but he can't really die. So now he's trying to take over, and he took Luke under his wing. He's the one that stole the Master Bolt and also Hades' helmet, and then that's when Ares caught him, and then he kind of snuck Ares under his trap through Kronos, and now like the three of them are working together, and that's basically gonna be the next book, Percy trying to stop Luke. Grover, he got his license, he's on his way trying to find this great god Pan. I have no idea what that means. And Annabeth is going home with her dad, trying to figure that stuff out. Percy's mom is back, and now he's on his way back home, even though he should technically be training to try and stop the most powerful god ever from like taking over the world or something. But you know, he's only in 7th grade. How old are you in 7th grade? Like what, 12? I don't think Percy should be making these decisions by himself. But yeah, I'm gonna continue watching the show, and then we'll see if I continue reading the series.
Another thing I want to add about Percy Jackson is, I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but I feel like I just kind of lost interest in the book because I just don't like Greek mythology. That's just what it is. So like, this is all centered around that. I don't know, it's my fault. Like, I'm not taking that on the book because like I knew what I was getting into, but that just plays a part into my enjoyment in the book. And like, I don't know if I would want to continue a series if I don't like a big element of it. That would be kind of stupid and dumb of me. If you like Greek mythology, this is shown in a very digestible way. Like, me knowing nothing about it and also not having read anything about it before, it was digestible. I think it was more so me, because everyone else loves this book, and I'm not saying I hate it. It's like a 3.75, like I said, kind of meh to me. But again, this is the first book, so like the rest of the series could like be amazing. So don't let that deter you if you care.
Hope you guys like this video. I think I'm gonna give this a 3.75. This is another one of my videos that are like reading the book before the show comes out. Even though I finished this after the show came out and I was watching the show while reading it, I still did what I had to do. But see you guys in the next one.